Okay.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11 with Jenna. Right now. 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. It's 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11.
Hey there, what's going on? It is Saturday, July 24th, 2021. It is 11:11, and I am Jenna, and the show is called 11:11 with Jenna, and I am here every day at 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm really happy that you're here. There are 5 of you here already. I have no idea. Let me just I need to make it public. Done. Now I'm gonna go see William D. Patty, hi, miss you. Julie, what's going on, girl? I really like her. I forgot how much I did. She's just like, she makes me happy. Don't bring me on just yet. I have to go get some water. I know, get some water. I have some bubbling water right now because I have one of those soda stream things. I just look down there like it's there, but it's really right there. It's not anywhere near where I made it seem like it was. But anyway, what's going on? Wow, what a day, man. It's a trip being social, you know? Wait, I think Posy Pixie, I don't know, maybe her hair is finally starting to grow a little bit. Like, yeah, it is. It's on my face. Do you see it? Right there? I can feel it. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Got it. Posy Pixie. Yeah, I think it's starting to fall out. You know, it just never grew back. But anyway, after this morning, I'm so excited. Okay, here's what happened after I said goodbye earlier. It's the Jenna and Gary Saturday Night Special. Bill Winokur, when are you coming back? I miss you. I know you have gigs all the time now, but squeeze me in sometime. September 30th is the 1000th show. So, September 30th, it is we've discussed this already. It's a Thursday. And it's not the third Thursday. The third Thursday is September 16th. Where am I going to be September 16th? Oh, I'm going to be up in Lake County on the 16th. That's, well, August 19th is the next Coronaroki. Then it's September 16th, but then 2 Thursdays later is the 1000th AM and PM shows. I guess 999 and 1000th show. So I'm doing an 11:11 to 11:11, and then the 1111th show, they're trying to tell me that I need to do a 20, not that I need, but how about a 24-hour show? So if I do a 24-hour show, I'm going to need my peeps support. Hey, Mama Grace. Mama Grace is in the house. So after I said goodbye earlier with Jeff, and I asked if Lisa could be on the show Thursday. Lisa is here. Lisa Metzger will be Conversations with the Creatives. So tonight, you know what's happening, because it's happening, but it's not happening yet. Tomorrow morning, Alex will be here. Alex Martinez will be here. Tomorrow night, my musicians can't make it because they're all getting gigs. So it might be me tomorrow night, which is cool. If you're cool with that, I'm cool with it. Monday morning, me again. Monday night, me again. Tuesday morning, me again. We were going to go to breakfast Tuesday at a particular place at Clifford's at the Coffee Canal place, but she's not open. Tuesday night, Dr. Andrew Rader. Wednesday morning, Making and Bacon with Patty. Wednesday night, I think, did Shauna say yes? Can't remember. Julie, did Shauna say yes? And then Thursday morning, well, Wednesday night, I'll be somewhere in Idlewild, actually. So probably we'll be streaming the show. And then Wednesday night, 11:11, we'll be in Idlewild staying in an Airbnb. And then Thursday morning, Idlewild. And then Thursday night, Conversations with the Creatives will be in Idlewild. And Lisa Metzger will be here. And then Friday morning, Armando. And Friday night, Display and Share. And Saturday morning is Jeff Metzger. So, after we all saw Jeff together, I went over to the cheese guy. And I said, what do you think about coming on the show? He's like, dude, I'm so busy. I'm like so busy. And at night, I'm busy because he's got a baby and, all that stuff. I'm like, what if I just come here next Saturday during my show and we do a cheese tasting with you? So, next Saturday, if you can be in St. Joseph at the farmer's market, meet us the cheese guy for 11:11. And he's going to do a cheese demonstration because Jeff's really into cheese too. So we'll have a cheese conversation with the cheese guy with Jeff Metzger. And then it's Saturday night. It's one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. Rob, Morocco, Carol. Still coming up with it, Carol. It's just not there. So after that happened, had I already dropped off Lily? Oh, and then I picked up the hibiscus and the lilies, and I was walking away, and the cheese guy's looking. I wave at him, and I'm like, wait, my flowers. So I go back and get my flowers, go home, meet up with Grace. Then we drive out to Saugatuck to a groovy place. Had an engagement party for, it was a couple's engagement, and there were all these questions. It's going to be a cheesy show, but shh. I need that here. I need that. Hold on. Did that work? No, wait. The cheesy show, right? I gotta go all the way to the end. What's this one? I'll figure it out. So then the party happened, and they asked all these questions. There was a game we were playing. Engagement party for, and it was a couple. So it was an engagement party for Cam and Alex. It was really fun. The food was good. They had these big cookies, and they had tequila, and then Grace and I went on this really long drive. We were cruising. We went to Goebels, and we were almost in Grand Rapids, and then we were in Pawpaw. We were almost in Kalamazoo, and then we went to Watervliet, and then I went to Myers and took back all the bottles and cans. And then I went shopping. I'm like shopping at 8:30. I'm going, what am I doing right now? Shopping, grocery shopping. Then came home and we watched the history of the sitcom on CNN for the last 2 hours. So great, you guys. If you haven't seen it and they replay it again, highly, highly, highly recommend the history of the sitcom. And tomorrow night, it's the songs. Oh, right, Mom, I forgot. We went to Cranes. You guys, we went to Cranes. Cranes is an apple orchard on steroids. They have this beautiful apple orchard that I've done picking at in the fall last summer. I went apple picking. Do you remember that when I went apple picking? That was fun. And then and now they have a corn maze, and then they have a restaurant, and they make their own wine, and they make their own pies. And Grace had blueberry pie, and I had this cherry crisp thing. Then we went to Allegan. Then we ended up in Paw Paw. We didn't pick today at Cranes. That doesn't happen until September, October. Right. So after I get back again, we'll do an 11:11. I'll do a morning show of apple picking, because picking apples at 11:11 at night's probably not a really great idea, because there's all kinds of apples on the ground and you might trip. But that's right. We went to Cranes. We sat outside, and I was dreaming about Cranes picking, and that's really fun. But yeah, we were kind of close to you, William, Kalamazoo-ish. And then I thought Matawan, but we had already eaten lunch. It was a big lunch thing, because I want to go to the Asian place, the Pride of Fenville. Yeah, we were in Fenville, we were in Allegan, we were in Gobles, we were in Paw Paw, we were in Watervliet. And then I went grocery shopping. Even this guy looked at me in the store, he goes, and I had a dress on, he's like, "Is this what you do on Saturday night? You get dressed up?" I go, "Yeah," but kind of at the same time, "Yeah, I get dressed up and go grocery shopping." And then came home and watched an epic sunset with Lily and Pearl. And I know, close to Lynette. Well, we keep talking about we're going to meet for dinner. So when we do, William, come on. So I'm kind of tired. And then we watched the history of the sitcom. Hey, by the way, have you ordered your magnets yet? I have a few left. Quite a few left, but they're kind of cool. Did you see what Dave Love did today? He put my face in one of Lily and Pearl's. Really funny. I was on my laptop right here doing something, and I had tea. I was like, drinking my tea. Oh my God. Cracked up. So funny. So funny. And then tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing. Grace, what are we doing tomorrow? Because we went to the cemetery today. We were going to go to the cemetery. I'll have to do an 11:11 out of the cemetery. What my family did, I think I've told you this story. He's really funny. He just knows how to put stuff that's really funny together. Like, a lot of people are genius at Photoshop, but he has photos of me and of all of you, many of you, that remember when he did the telethon one? That was really funny. I love the telethon one. That was for the fundraiser. I'll have to bring that one out. After we own this big plot, that maybe Grace and I can tell that story sometime if you don't remember it. We couldn't decide. Oh, it was so funny. Patty's just so funny. We couldn't decide what we wanted for when my brother died first. We didn't know what we were going to put. We were going to put a big rock there, a purple rock, a blue rock, something tie-dye rock, something crazy. But he was classier than that, so we're going to do that, the black teardrop or something cool. We ended up creating a bench, and it's a family bench, and it has all of our names are on the bench, like where my dad's thing with fishing, my mom's thing with her flowers. Hey, Carl. Me and Lily and Pearl and Nino and Lisa and the kids, Ray and Cam and Mitch, are all represented on this bench. And we eat pizza. We get a pizza from Damage, get a little wine, put it in a pink lemonade bottle, I liked that idea. That was good. And then we go and hang out. Oh, the harem pants one was really funny. They're all on. If you go to, I think it's, if you go straight to 11:11 with Jenna on Facebook, which if you're not part of that, it's not updated, but all of the photos, many of them, like 100+ photos that Dave put up, are all there. Super funny. Yeah, I think one of my favorite ones for sure is Oklahoma, with Lillian and I, the album cover of Oklahoma. Yeah, he's a very, very funny man. Thanks, Dave. I'm trying to get back to, yeah, Lillian. It's very funny. So, I forgot about the harem pant one. That was really fun. And I like just the magnet itself. The magnet is Lillian on the runway. So yes, I watched the sitcom, and then my mom and I yesterday, we also watched we love to watch Chopped. Do any of you watch Chopped on the Food Channel? Does this, like, when I say CNN, Rob, Carol, do you watch CNN? Do you have your own CNN? Like, you're like, CNN. But, and your own Chopped, like your own food channel? I don't even know. I've never watched TV when I've been in Canada. The last time when I was in Cambridge, and it was 177 degrees, and Rolf and I were in these hotel rooms that the sun, there were no air conditioners, and the sun was just on the side of the hotel. And I remember, and there was no Wi-Fi, and they had TV, and we, like, the only thing that was on was one of those SVU, what is it? SUV. Whatever that show is called, it was one of those, and it played over and over and over, and I watched it. Yes, you do. You watch CNN or you watch Chopped? Do you watch Chopped? Does anybody watch Chopped on the Food Network? And do you know who Elton is? Elton just did this whole crazy thing. Right. Well, Elton Brown was on Chopped the last few weeks, and they did this major championship. It was $25,000. There were 16 chefs, 4, and then, or is it 12? 4, and then, no, it must have been 16. And he picked out all this crazy stuff, like wacko. Some of it grossed me out, so I can't even talk about it. But foods to put together. And it was $25,000. But then he put a spin on it. And I'm not going to say what it is in case you're going to watch it, because you can still watch it now. So, Law and Order SVU. It was some Law and Order thing, and it went on for hours and hours and hours. And everything else that was on the TV was that was the year that there were really bad fires, like all over the world. Where is my Saturday night guy? My one more Saturday night. I don't see him. He went to get water like an hour and a half ago. I'm a little concerned. Gary, are you okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's one more Saturday night. With Gary Lambert. I was concerned.
You know, I was wondering, why isn't she bringing me on? I was wondering, why aren't you bringing me on? And then I realized there's that little button that says join with video,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I hadn't pushed that yet. So it was entirely my fault. I was probably dehydrated and I wasn't thinking straight, but now I have my water.
Well,
So
I was concerned. I thought he went to get water. Does that downstairs? Because usually,
no, no, no.
like
It's
he's been upstairs in the
yeah,
bedroom, and maybe
yeah.
I didn't know.
Notice
A
that
band?
my water bottle is color coordinated with my shirt, and I didn't plan it that way.
Checking this out right now.
I'm just innately fashionable.
Tell us about the water bottle and the shirt, but let me get a hat, please.
Okay.
What color are you wearing?
I'm black and red.
Let me see what I got.
The hat is not black and red, but the water bottle and the T-shirt are black and red.
Yeah, what is the T-shirt?
T-shirt is from Wohop. Wohop is a precious New York. It's a 17 Mott Street in Chinatown, subterranean, down the stairs, open if not all night. I think they're open till 4 a.m. at least, but I think they may be open 24 hours. I'm not really sure, but Wohop is a treasure for night owls. It's been around forever.
I've been there. I didn't recognize the shirt.
Yes, this is the Wohop shirt, and did not plan it when I did
Are
not
you
plan to
sure?
coordinate.
That's pretty
It's pretty
fabulous.
exact. It's pretty precise. I know. It's just who I am. But anyway, yeah. So I'm really sorry because I thought, boy, Jenna's doing all this talking and not bringing me on, and then I realized, oh, there's the join with video button. I had already connected to
Yeah,
Zoom, but then there's the join with video button, and I was oblivious to
that's
it.
a very important. That and the unmute.
Yeah. Well, I'm unmuted. I hope,
Oh, yeah.
and
Or
I'm here.
I'm reading lips really well.
So is everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I wasn't really late. I was here on the couch, but I was technologically by my own
The famous
negligence.
couch.
The couch.
How's the couch?
The couch is fine. I was away from the couch a couple of weeks. I was upstairs, and now I'm back on the couch. Things are going to be moving around here in the house, so it could be unpredictable. But I prefer to be on the couch. I think everyone prefers for me to be on the couch.
Well, I like it upstairs too. It has that,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
vibe.
That vibe. Different vibes, different rooms.
So you're starting to move some things?
I am. I'm just, it's like I'm taking stuff out of closets and out of drawers and off of shelves and evaluating, and um, it's a lot. It's just a lot. So just dealing with that. And actually, just before I joined here, I've had a fine evening of TV. Watched a live stream of the Sun Ra Orchestra, live from Central Park. The Central Park Summer Stage has started up again, and they're having free shows throughout the summer, and they're streaming them. And it was like a friend of mine had texted me, said, "You coming to Sun Ra tonight?" I said, "I didn't even know Sun Ra was playing tonight, or the orchestra is
Very cool.
back on Saturn." And then I looked at the Summer Stage website, and they say, "Oh, we're streaming all our shows this summer." So
So summerstage.com.
it's
Or
summer. Uh, Actually, if you want to do the streaming, I can look it up. But I think it's summerstageeverywhere.org. But if you just go to Central Park Summer Stage, it'll link you to it somehow. And yeah, so that was of course sublime. Uh, and then I watched about the first 50 minutes, I guess, of the Bobby Weir and Wolf Bros stream from the Greek Theater. And of course, I started getting teary just seeing the Greek.
oh, sure.
Just
Michael's there
yeah.
with his
Um,
daughter, and he was
our
gonna maybe try to jump on the show tonight.
Yes, our sassy friend Sharon Donovan is there. She was Sharon texted me from there, and I said, "Well, I have to go now because I have to go get sassy with Jenna." And she texted sass sass sass. So she sends her sassy best.
Sharon is a dear friend of Gary's, who I met through Gary, that has this very sassy hair. She's not a sassy girl, but
Well, she can get pretty sassy. She's got reserves of sass that she doesn't always show the public.
a book, an editor. What does she do? She works.
She works in the book field and has edited books, has promoted a lot of books. She worked for the publishing arm of the Sierra Club for many years, and tends to work in books stressing progressive issues or environmental issues, things like that. And
I'd love to
really,
have her on the show sometime.
perhaps she is very not a social media person. I think she's got maybe Instagram or something, but she doesn't do Facebook at all. But perhaps she can be lulled into it.
Well, all she needs to do is just get on Zoom and sit on her
Yeah,
couch.
true. That's true.
Speaking of social media, I am now on TikTok, Gary.
Oh boy, yet another outlet. I have not gone there yet.
I think TikTok's going to change. It's all young kids. I think it's going to change to our generation within the year, because
It could be.
we're all going
It
to
could.
get on TikTok, and they're going to be
Yeah.
gone. Rob Morocco is following me. William D. Lindemann is following me. Oh, I need to follow you back, guys. Following you back. Following you back. And a woman named Kay. I now have I have like 5 followers on TikTok.
On TikTok. Okay, well,
No
there
idea.
you go. Yeah.
0 idea, but I'm watching a guy who's a beekeeper right now.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow. Fascinating. But because they're putting all this, they put words on it, and something means FYP. I don't even know.
I don't. Yeah.
Following you.
just.
Oh, and now someone's getting their eyebrows done. Whoa. Yeah, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. But yeah, you could sit here and gack out on watching
Yeah.
someone braid their hair, and then watching someone on a roof. Yeah.
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 And also right now on Facebook Live, and I hope it's archived so I can watch it later. Peter Applebaum's doing a live stream from a club in New York,
Where?
from Pete's Candy Store.
Oh,
Yeah, and it looked really cool. So I'm sure it'll be available to watch later on. So it's been an active cultural evening all around.
it's playing a solo right now.
Yeah.
Who's playing with him?
Um, the percussionist is Matthias. I can't remember his last name. And Sana Nagano is playing violin. Great.
So check it out, you guys. Go to Peter Applebaum. Yeah, it'll be there after.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a bunch of hearts right now.
Cool.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Check it out, Peter. Okay, back to us.
Back to us.
So how was your week? What's going on? Tell us.
The week was actually kind of labor. I mean, work around the house, but also dealing with some business things that might be cropping up down the road. I'm trying to figure out my tactics for the tour this summer, how much of the tour I can be involved in professionally, how much I want to travel, how much I'm able to travel. It's all very, very tentative right now, but just trying to suss out like how many shows will actually involve my professional presence, if they're going to be simulcasts on Sirius XM and stuff like that, and that's all being
I would imagine they
negotiated.
would be, no?
Well, it's pretty complicated. You know, there's so much money involved. SiriusXM is not famous for wanting to spend lots of money. Um, there are different venues that have different. I mean, COVID protocols are different all over the place, and that is going to have an impact on what shows I can go to and be involved in. You know, shows at which I can be backstage, shows at which I cannot be backstage. It's really it's a very different environment, you know, and I don't have as much of a measure of control over the decisions as I would have in the past. So waiting to find out about that, but I'll be finding some stuff out pretty soon.
Because because some of the stuff will be wider or open as far as being backstage, and other ones they just wouldn't even have you back there.
Yeah, unless you are a pre-approved part of the touring party, you know, because some of these venues have
Very
very
Lambert.
yeah, that means nothing to some guy at, you know, the you know, amalgamated insurance amphitheater
Blah, blah, blah,
in
blah.
Patterson, New Jersey, or wherever the hell it is, you know. And you know, some venues have very, very limited backstage facilities, and others are wide open. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone handles this stuff.
I bought my ticket for New Orleans.
Yeah, that's another one I can't decide about quite
I
yet.
just
You know?
bought it because
Yeah,
I bought
you're
it
going.
on.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah. Are you doing the gig? Are you doing
yeah.
the hotel gig? Oh, great. Okay, that was if that was a
I
done
mean
deal
that's
yet.
the plan right now.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
there it is. It's a gig in New Orleans. That's
like
all you have to
five
know.
five gigs in New Orleans.
Beautiful.
Thursday, Friday, no, Friday, Saturday, first weekend, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, second weekend.
Okay, well, if I'm there, it would be first weekend because that's when the boys are playing. The second weekend they booked the Stones. Oh my God! So yeah, the Stones rescheduled their tour that was supposed to be 2 years ago. So
Nick had his TAVR.
yeah, yeah. So I don't want to be anywhere near there on that weekend anyway. So
No, it'll
if
be
I
fun to be there, but they'll do
yeah,
that. What they did 2 years ago for that particular day. I
oh
think,
they'll have a dedicated day that's just theirs. Yeah.
and it's really expensive.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's right. They were going to do an extra Thursday that was just the Rolling Stones. I don't know if they're planning it that way this time or what. I haven't seen
I
haven't seen
haven't
the
seen.
particulars, but I won't be there at that particular thing. But more power to them.
Who ended up doing that year? It was the Stones, and then it was Fleetwood Mac, and then Stevie Nicks
Right.
canceled, and then it was
That's right. We wound up being really. I can't remember what the
not
details
String
were.
Cheese, not
Uh,
Wilco.
Widespread Panic, I think.
Not the Panic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I think Panic and Wilco and someone and Fish or something like that are all playing in San Francisco on the same night
yeah. It's
during
every,
Jazz Fest.
yeah.
They're
So many
all
things.
they're all playing on that Friday night of the first weekend of Jazz Fest, something like that.
Yes.
In San Francisco.
So many things are converging. It's pretty wacky.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying being in my basement and going through stuff. I went to
Right.
Goodwill twice,
Hmm.
and I go down there every day and go, oh, I could have a sale, or I could just
Yeah. Throw it away.
hard though.
Throw it
I
away.
started looking through some of my dad's stuff, and I'm like,
Hmm. Oh, I know. There's going to be a lot of sentimental value stuff here that's going to be wrenching to deal with. We're giving some to the Holocaust Museum. We know that, which is good. Yeah, that's a good purpose. Um, and you know, we'll see.
that would so perhaps if I could ask you this
Hmm.
on September 30th, if you are available, it's a Thursday,
Yeah.
or the 1111th show, to do a if you are available to tell the story of your mom.
I'm sure I could do that at some point during one of those marathons.
So how does it feel to are you watching the Olympics at all? Are you an Olympic?
I used to be virtually obsessed with the Olympics, and I'm utterly disillusioned with them now. You know, as an institution, There was no humane reason to do them in Tokyo this year. They should have put them off till next year. They're doing them without an audience. You know, it was this incredible stubborn insistence that we said we're going to do it, so we're going to do it.
It's
And
like
then
they
all
don't care or something.
and then yeah, well, the Olympic movement has always had this thing like, that we are our own little kingdom and we're not going to let anything from the outside world interfere with us. You know, they were incredibly callous in the wake of the massacre of the athletes in Munich in 1972. Avery Brundage, who is a major villain in my life because he was the anti-Semitic head of the U.S. Olympic Committee who did not want the Olympics boycotted in Berlin in '36. So after the massacre in Munich, he just said, "Well, let's get back to it." He didn't even want to be talking about it too much. These are the same people who humiliated John Carlos and Tommy Smith when they did the clenched fist salute in '68 and banished them. And they put out this preemptive thing that no athletes can wear Black Lives Matter patch on their. So
Really?
so yeah, so the Olympic Committee is a really horrible institution, and I love the athletes and I love watching humans do things that humans shouldn't be able to do. If clips come on and Simone Biles is just like defying gravity, yeah, I'm going to watch it, but I have no plans to just sit down and watch the games in any kind of sequential, you know,
I've never.
because yeah, I used to be really into it, and now I kind of couldn't care less.
Well, I'm really what I've followed the other side of it where there are many. Oh, good night, Patty. Love you.
Hi, Patty.
There are a number of COVID cases now
Oh,
in
absolutely.
the Olympic Village, and there are many people that they weren't vaccinated going in to
Yeah,
that to another country, which
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
But
no, Tokyo is going to be a major hotspot, and it's kind of horrifying. It's horrifying on that level. It's horrifying on the way the Olympic Committee conducts itself. So, it makes me really sad because it's kind of something I was raised to love, and
right.
yeah. But anyway, that's okay. There are other things to divert and entertain me.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
Plethora or plethora?
I've always put the accent on the ple.
Plethora.
I've always said plethora.
And what is the number of to create a plethora of
I
something?
think it's just a sizable amount, or like a
So
really
what is your number?
for a plethora. What would constitute a plethora?
Mhm.
Um, uh, I would say there's a plethora of great pizza to be had in New York City. It may be more than it may be a pizza pandemic in New York City, but so yeah, plethora may be an understatement in the case of pizza in New York City, but I would say
So
that.
your plethora doesn't have a number.
No, I don't assign. I don't know. I've never heard a specific number assigned to plethora. It's probably all relative.
I was thinking it was like eight, between 8 and 13 would be a
Huh,
plethora
it's interesting.
or a plethora.
It depends on the quantity. It depends on the item in question. You know, if you had like 13 cats in your house, I'd say, oh, she's got a plethora of cats. Uh, but 13 cats, in a much larger space, it might not be considered a plethora.
Still a lot of cats.
Yeah, 13 cats in your neighborhood is not a
If I
plethora.
had
But
13 cats, I hope that you guys would come and help me out.
yeah, there are
Jenna,
people who have that many. There are people who have
come,
that many.
come on, Jenna. Come on.
Yeah. Hmm.
Lillian is enough cat and dog for me.
You mean Pearl Friend?
Girlfriend,
I saw I
girl.
saw the I saw Pearl Friend today, and I really like that. What's
Oh
happening, Pearl Friend?
no, I was sitting there playing with her, and I just said, "You're my pearl friend," and I went, "How come in 10 years I have never come up with pearl friend?"
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
whirly girl, twirl, pearl, Miss Pearl. She's got
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of names. Lil, never Lily. Lillian, LP, but Pearl Friend just was a gift today.
Beautiful. I love it. I'm all in on Pearl Friend.
I know we're thinking about pizza. So any great food experiences this week?
Uh, I actually had a thwarted food experience that was kind of harrowing because my trip into Manhattan for this was supposed to be to meet my friend Jen Bernstein, with whom I've reunited several times post pandemic for some fabulous eating and cannabis experiences.
Inviting. Hmm.
Yes. Um, on her way to meet me, she she was like on a razor scooter and she hit a pothole or a bump or
Oh,
something and went flying and broke her upper arm.
oh, ow.
Yeah, I was like waiting in front of the apartment on the Upper East Side. She was coming from the Upper West Side. She has this friend's apartment where we were going to meet, and she said I'll be there in 10 minutes. And then like about 2 minutes later, she calls and she says, Gary, I had an accident. I think I dislocated my shoulder, and she went to the emergency room and she broke it.
Oh,
So we were going to go get barbecue.
trigger humorous.
Yeah, yeah. We were going to go get barbecue, but that of course became the secondary concern, and I was just trying to make sure she was okay, and she'll be on the mend for a while, and yeah. So that was,
Grace
and of
knows
course,
all about that one.
yes, of course, I did not go get barbecue in her absence. It would be like cheating on her,
You
So
didn't? Oh, you
no,
so you
I can't bring I couldn't bring myself to do this. I went and ate some nice Chinese noodles instead. I mean, I had to eat lunch,
not gonna
obviously,
have
but
the barbecue, but I am gonna have some
no.
salmon Chinese noodles
Yeah,
instead.
there you go. Yeah, it just felt right. I mean, I couldn't go entirely without sustenance, but I was not
Yeah,
gonna.
because that's a ride for you.
Yeah, and it was like a long planned thing. We've been wanting to do a barbecue thing for a while, so it was very disappointing, but much more concerning for her. And she's gonna be like 4 to 6 weeks of
Is she gonna have surgery?
It's not something that really surgery can address. You just have to let it mend. She'll be in a sling, and she's going to have to do physical therapy when able. And it's a and she's a mom, and
Healing vibes.
yeah, send he'll she's really a wonderful person, and she deserves better than to go flying off a scooter.
Ooh.
And then, I was thinking, oh God, and she was coming to meet me. What if I had said, oh, I'll come meet you on the west side and we'll take a nice leisurely stroll to Central Park. I felt like karmically responsible in some way. I know it wasn't my fault, but still, you feel like, ah, if it had been any other moment, in the day, she might not have had to race over or whatever. So it's sad.
But the noodles were slamming.
The noodles were quite slimy. There's this. It's kind of a chain called Xi'an Famous Foods, XI apostrophe AN. They have a bunch of them around the city. They started in Flushing, I think, and they have these really nice hand pulled, um, uh, I asked for spicy and I got spicy. So that was good, but it wasn't barbecue.
So when you do spicy, I've been with you. You do pretty spicy.
I like to go, well, I like to.
You like it when you can't taste your food, though?
No, I don't think really good spicy food doesn't do that to me. It's not anesthetizing. It's like if spicy food is made really right, the heat, it comes in stages, and you taste whatever the primary tastes are, and then you suffer the pain. But it's not really. This wasn't. I wouldn't say this was to the point of pain, but it was potent.
Well, I think you have a plethora of pawpaw and a plethora of plants, Carl. So Julie just pointed out, or a very large amount of something more than you need, want, or can deal with, too much and unnecessary. Cambridge
Okay.
Dictionary. And a very
Okay.
large amount of that originally was a medical term for too much blood. We have
Oh,
a plethora of blood.
I'd say so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talent, what are we talking about? plethora of talent, Rob, Morocco. TikTok,
Too much, too much talent.
too much talent. There can never be too much talent. I don't
Hmm.
even know if there is. Well, we won't go there. Okay. So Chinese noodles, any other food? This
Um, no, the eating at home was fairly because I was focused on other things. I didn't do any big cooking projects. Um, Today I had grilled cheese and I still had some of the pasta salad that I made last weekend. So grilled cheese with pasta salad was a very fine late lunch.
I got
Uh,
into a couple different things this week. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Always
because
good.
I got some strawberry jelly
Hmm.
homemade from my friend Julie. But then yes, he does have a plethora of course, Carl has a plethora of talent.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
that's true. Um, I have this. I came up with something that I'm sure is not. I like this combination. I take a zucchini
Hmm.
and I slice it up
Hmm.
and I put it in flat little, just slices on my little oven, in my little oven, and then I bake those. And then I take some feta cheese and I put a little bit of garlic and seasonings on the zucchini. And
Hmm.
then I take the feta cheese and Kalamata and green olives.
Oh yeah.
Slice those up,
Hmm.
mix it in with the feta cheese,
Hmm.
and then I put the zucchini in a bowl, and then I put that on top. The combination of the feta and the the olives with the zucchini. It's my
Uh,
new jam.
I would eat that.
It's so good.
I
Like
would
why
try
haven't I
that.
eaten this? Like it's sort of reminiscent of something, but it's nothing that I've ever made that combination before, but
Yeah.
it's my new thing.
Good.
So I got like
I've not,
10 zucchini today.
yeah, I've not had zucchini in some time. It's been a while, but
Ooh, it's everywhere right now.
I've gotta get back into some zucchini.
Get into it right now. Zucchini is out here in Michigan. Zucchini, cherries, corn.
Love corn.
Lots of corn starting to happen. There's different strains happening around here, so some of the bigger corn is happening, but and cherries are out right now, and blackberries and peaches. Peaches.
Love peaches.
July into August.
My friend who made, I think I told you, a friend sent me strawberry preserves, and she says peach is her next project. So
Yeah.
I may be the
Well,
recipient of some of that soon.
we're gonna go pick apricots tomorrow,
Mmm, yeah,
and then peaches will happen probably in the next 2 weeks at Tie Dye
lovely,
Patty's house.
lovely.
So have you watched the history of the sitcom? Have you seen that on
I
CNN?
haven't. I've got to check that out. It
So
looks like right up
fun.
my alley. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure.
it's great.
Um, yeah, my TV watching. There were some old movies in the mix. Great movie I hadn't seen in some time. The Petrified Forest, which was really Humphrey Bogart's breakthrough movie. The first place he really got noticed. He'd been playing like sort of small parts in movies, and then this was a 1920s or early 30s play that Bogart had been in on Broadway with Leslie Howard, the great English actor, and it was like Warner Brothers did not want to put Bogart in this movie. They just didn't think he was. It was going to be Betty Davis and Leslie Howard, which is like quite a combination. But Leslie Howard, who had starred in the part in Broadway and become friendly with Bogart, said, "I won't do the movie unless Humphrey Bogart's in it." And then Bogart gave this completely terrifying performance because he plays this real sociopathic gangster. Um,
The Petrified Forest.
Petrified Forest, yes. So if you have TCM, that's definitely worth seeking out. Um, and then I watched episode 3 of Schmigadoon, and of course, I'm completely enthralled. And then the new season of Ted Lasso just started. I don't know if there's Ted Lasso fans out there, but
Ted Lasso. We
Ted
talked.
Lasso, they had their first season last year. I think it won Emmys and stuff. It's Jason Sudeikis. He used to be on SNL. Um, Really terrific actor, and I think he was like a co-creator of this show. Um, and it's about an American football coach, like a college champion football coach, who gets hired to be coach of a British football team, meaning soccer.
Mhm.
And he's actually hired in the hopes that he's going to fail miserably because the soccer team has been the object of a divorce settlement with a wife and husband. Like the woman who now owns the team is trying to get revenge on her husband by destroying the team,
Got it.
basically. But
And then
then
you had like two D's, one D, two S's.
one D and then lasso, like a rope. Um, and So it's this kind of fish out of water story. This guy from Kansas who's now the coach of a British football team. But he's like this relentlessly optimistic character, and just he sort of transforms the culture of the team. So the first season was wonderful, and the second season just started. It's on Apple Plus TV, same as Schmigadoon, and it's really fun, really funny, and really heartwarming and sweet, and great characters. Like all the casting and the acting is wonderful. So well worth checking out.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
So we don't have Apple TV, but is that where Schmigadoon is on Apple?
Also where Schmigadoon is. Yeah.
We need to get Apple TV.
It's very good. They have a lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Schmigadoon.
Schmigadoon. It's just.
Some other friends onto it, and they've been watching it. They're like, "Have you started watching again? It's great."
Yeah.
I go, "No."
Yeah. Schmigadoon. Oh, that's another movie I saw. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar, which is a Kristen Wiig.
I love her.
Okay, well, Kristen Wiig and her chief writing partner, Annie Mumolo, who also co-wrote Bridesmaids with her.
I love that movie.
Well, Barb and Star are these two best friends who lose their jobs at Jennifer Convertibles and just impulsively decide to go to this place, Vista Del Mar, in Florida, for a vacation to raise their spirits. And it takes such a weird turn. It's a movie that you think is just going to be this female buddy movie, and then it's like it's just hilariously weird. I won't give away, and that is on Hulu. I won't give away anything about it. But Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar, and it's quite ridiculous. I mean, many just absurd and very funny things happen in it. So
I love her. I love
I love
her in everything she does. I don't
Kristen
care
Wiig.
what it is.
Kristen Wiig, she's kind of a genius. She really is.
Do you know her? Have you met her?
I wish. I would love. She's someone I really would love to
I'd
meet.
love to have her on the show. Come on, Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig, if you happen to be scrolling through Facebook right now, this is the show that will really, if you think you're successful now,
Right?
you come on 11:11 with Jenna, and sky's the limit.
She could get on a magnet with Pearl Friend.
Pearl Friend.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you happen to listen to Terry Gross interview Quest?
No, I've got to check that out. I'll check
Great.
it out on streaming. I'm sure it's fabulous.
It's
Quest
it's
is,
it's really great, and he's pretty vulnerable in the interview.
I'm
And
sure.
William sent me the link to it, but I'd already heard it, and then I re-listened to it today with my mom.
Yeah, Quest is the man. He's amazing.
It's
He,
he'll be, I don't know, at Columbia or NYU. He'll start this. It's going to be a movement of, it will be its own.
yeah, I think that's true. Well, actually, like NYU is a good bet because NYU has like a black music studies and hip hop program there. I forget who like some major hip hop stars actually took a professorship there. I forget who it
Oh,
was,
really?
but someone really cool. So, and I think Quest has maybe guest lectured over there already.
He was talking about how well, I won't tell you too much, but how he does so much in a day, and
Hmm.
he learned to take it down.
Yeah,
Take it
yeah,
down. And he bought up, upstate. Like
right. Good.
I thought about that. I'm like, maybe he's in Kerhonkson now, and Rolf and I'll just like bump into him, and he'll
Right
be on the
at
next trip.
at the general store.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's Questlove buying a rake. Yeah.
Why not? He's really
Um,
not into the farming thing, but
I'm sure he's actually he's I don't know if he's going to do it. He was doing it weekly for a while, and he may be too busy for it. But he was doing a DJ night at Brooklyn Bowl, like every Thursday night was Questlove's Bowl Train, and
Oh, great.
and I hope he's doing another one sometime soon. I hope he starts doing it semi regularly.
So they're open?
They are not open. I think September is the first shows, but they just announced. Then all these places announce pretty full schedules, and then this last couple of weeks of surgy stuff happens. So anybody's guess to what extent they'll be able to do this stuff, but we can only hope.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing next Saturday?
This is a possible to be determined
Okay.
in that I hope I can go up to New Haven to see Joe Russo's Almost Dead on Saturday. I think.
Hey, Melanie. I was just going to say her name, and there she is. Hello, my peep.
Hi, Melanie.
Right this
I
second,
was.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I showed up late myself today, Melanie. So, but anyway,
you may
uh,
be, you may be,
I may be in New Haven, but I think the venue in New Haven has a curfew. And if I could figure out maybe how to do it on the phone, I could at least do a pop-in guest appearance
okay.
on 11/11 with Jenna.
Yeah, if you download Zoom on your phone,
I have Zoom on my phone. I am capable.
that could be a way that I could end a show sometime, huh?
Just roll away.
Just roll away.
There you go. Yeah.
Roll
So
away.
so yeah, I will stay in touch during that day, during Saturday. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to take the train to New Haven or drive, and that could determine. I could do 11/11 from the train.
Train.
That could be fun. If the schedule works out, I think if they have a 10 o'clock curfew and I catch like an 11 something train,
Maybe you'll catch it like an 11:09 train.
right, or an 11:13 train
11:13.
or
You could do
something. Yeah.
Well, if
I'll-
you can make it, great. If you cannot, I
Yes.
totally support and understand. Like Tony Saunders was going to be on the show tomorrow night, but he's got a gig. It ends at 8 o'clock,
Great.
and I'm like, dude, another
Take
week.
that gig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will keep you posted. I'll let you know what the odds are, and whether I'm driving or training and all that stuff. And at least a brief appearance. I
Okay.
think will be
All right.
doable.
Well, we can do brief. Brief is okay.
Yeah.
Brief works for me. I have a little bit of strawberry jam right here on my. I was like, why is that sticky right there? But I did have half of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich right here on my desk today.
Mm-hmm.
Pre couples. So that one of the things they had at the couples shower was this questionnaire of how well you know Alex and Cam, and the last question was how many people in your phone, how many start with the letter A and how many started with the letter C. So everyone's on their phone at one point counting. Oh shoot, I got to start over again. Could I have another? But
Mhm.
it was kind of fun. Well, I hope to see you next week, even for
Yes.
a brief moment in time. And I'm really happy that you were here tonight, and you got me and my hat and one of the books my mother
Yeah.
got. Oh wow, Carl. Well, then you need to read that poem. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I had a poem the other day that I read that I think I will read on Thursday night because Jeff Metzger's wife, Lisa Metzger, is going to be conversations with the creatives on Thursday night. And she reads poetry to her dog, Layla,
Beautiful.
also a pianist
Mhm.
and a hummingbird whisperer, amongst
Wow.
other things. She has a plethora of
Talents.
talents, that Lisa Metzger, but we're going to hear some of them on Thursday night. So
Fabulous.
thank you, Gary Lambert.
Thank you, Jenna Mammina. Sorry about that join with audio button crisis, but
Oh, it was fine. I was just like, what can I talk about now?
right, you had plenty. I mean, I was thinking, does she just is she just gonna riff and never? No, and then I realized it was all on me.
Well, because without you doing that
Yeah,
little,
you don't
it
have
doesn't
to
show that
yeah,
I didn't know you were there.
yeah.
So.
Oh well.
So a year plus into it, we learned another thing. If you don't press that
I know.
button right there, it doesn't show that you're available
Yeah.
to be brought on.
Yeah. It's not something I needed to learn. I already knew it. I was just oblivious to it.
I didn't know. And I'm thinking about going up to the Zoom Pro. I don't know. Does anyone have Zoom Pro? I'm curious. Melanie, do
I
you?
know I know people who do. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they notice a difference?
Uh, well, it allows you to do more things in terms of recording meetings, using screen sharing capabilities, and other. There are more moving parts you can, uh, and I think you can also have longer sessions.
Oh, well,
Um,
with the medium one, you can do. We've tested that. No, actually, I think we did test 11, 12, 12 to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Like, I think the the middle one, oh, I might have to go pro because the
uh-huh.
middle one goes, I think, 7 hours. And then,
Right. If you're going to do a marathon, yeah.
right. So if we do a marathon, if we do the 24-hour marathon, crazy, crazy teenagers. You need to do
You
that. So now I'm learning TikTok. So by next week, maybe I'll have 8 or 9 followers on TikTok.
right, and you'll know the lingo that all the kids use.
I really think that's what's going to happen. TikTok, a year from now, we're all going to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
And 14-year-olds are going to be TikTok.
Right. Yeah. Bob Weir got talked by his kids into joining TikTok, so that's probably the death of TikTok right there.
Well, I should talk to his daughters then. Maybe they can
Right.
be up onto TikTok. All
Hmm.
right, man. Well, enjoy your water bottle and your T-shirt.
Yeah. The fabulous color
It's
coordination.
it's it's perfect.
It really is,
It really
and
is.
that it also has me jonesing to go to WoHop. So
And actually, this can all kind of matches. Not really.
yeah,
That was my
that's all
little
right.
ad for bubbly.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too, Mr. Lambert. Big hug, man.
All right.
Okay.
I got you. Talk soon.
Gary Lambert, everybody. See ya. Well, I have an idea. Try to play. Oh, okay. Let's talk tomorrow. How about tomorrow night? Because I have a poem I want to read. So if anybody else has a poem, Carol, Gary, if you're still there, if you have a poem and you want to read a poem tomorrow night, let's do a poetry reading tomorrow night. Alex tomorrow morning, Alex Martinez tomorrow, and then poetry reading tomorrow night on Musicians Square Table. Totally, Bill Winiger. Thank you, Bill, Melanie, Bill, Julie, Carol, Rob, whoever the other people are here, Mama Grace. We'll read some poetry tomorrow night because I do have this poem that I read the other day, and I've reread it, and then I read it again, and I love it. And I think other people may, but I love that, Carl. I'm looking at Carol and calling you. Look, I'm looking at Carol, but I wanted to call you Carl, and I called you Carol, but I meant to call Carl. All right, I think it's time. It's 12:15. Letter, please. Anybody for a letter? Big hug, by the way. Thank you for being here for one more Saturday night. Still going on. Sunday, or it is now Sunday, July is it 25th? Okay. Tomorrow night, poetry. W. Melanie DeMore. You are so much more than your name. You are wild in thought, but so sane at the same time. Wild thoughts are so great, wonderful words, and oh, that ain't the only thing about Melanie DeMore. I love to listen to her sing, I love to sing with her too. I love to walk around the lake, and maybe soon we will do. But with your wealth of knowledge and your wow heart makes me want to sing a song and start all over again. Melanie DeMore, Melanie DeMore, I miss you so, I miss you more. Stay safe, stay healthy, be nice. Gary Lambert, maybe we'll see you once or twice next week. Mama Grace, I'll see you in a minute. Everybody else, you know you're in it. Tomorrow night, we'll read some poetry and maybe one by Melanie. Wow. Love heart. Really, really.